G'day everyone, it's Justin and
Scott.
Two dads again from Australia, and we're coming to you today from a 2019 Toyota Corolla Hybrid.
Yes.
Now mate, I think it was late last year we tried out the new Corolla, new generation Corolla, in petrol format. That was I think the ZR hatchback, 125 kilowatts, pretty good car actually.
Yes,
very impressed. But this time around, Toyota's kindly given us the new hybrid version of the Corolla. Now, I don't know if people are aware, but hybrid technology is something Toyota's really pioneered for quite some time, haven't they? It's not really a plug-in hybrid car. Hybrid means that it's petrol and electric.
Correct.
Now, this particular car has a 1.8 litre petrol engine coupled with an electric motor and a battery in the back. So effectively, I guess some of the figures that we actually found during the week when I drove it, over 900k range when you fill the thing up.
I know. Right now, 947 kilometres we can go for a drive and do, which is just phenomenal.
The interesting thing, the fuel tank is only 43 litres too, so that's pretty good. It takes 91 unleaded.
You're not going to be going to the petrol station very often.
No, I mean Toyota's got a combined official fuel consumption figure about 4.2 litres per 100 k's for this car. That's phenomenal for a little car, isn't it?
Yep. And I think from when we've been running around on this thing, it's they're pretty accurate numbers, right? You can start to achieve that. I was driving around. I'm like around the fives and stuff for city driving.
Yeah.
So quite often what manufacturers quote and what's real in real life is a bigger difference.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that's quite achievable, that number.
Yeah. No, it's really good. So. The drivetrain in this car, as I said, it's got a 1.8 litre petrol engine coupled with an electric motor, gives a combined figure of around about 90 kilowatts. I mean, compared to the petrol engine Corolla, that's a bit of a difference there. But to be honest, I mean, like when you're driving it around town and stuff like that, I guess the big thing about this, I guess, is the torque. It feels torquey, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toyota don't actually give us a torque figure on the car, so we'll have to just guess that one.
Yeah, I found driving it around, there's a few times where you push the engine harder, right? You really have to push the accelerator down.
Yeah.
There is, interestingly, a power mode.
Yeah.
So maybe
did you drive
call
it in
it
power?
sports mode in other cars. This one's called power mode.
Yeah.
I did actually. So if you're going up a steep hill and stuff,
Yeah.
I found that was actually a useful button. So
it did make a difference, I noticed.
Yep,
so
it does.
That, which is really good. Now, the interesting thing about hybrid, Toyota's got it available in the entire Corolla range for an extra $1,500.
So not very much money, actually.
No, for that fuel consumption for $1,500. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, this particular one that we're in today, this is the mid-range one. There is like a one called the Ascent Sport, which is the entry-level one. There's the SX, which this one we're in today, which has a list price of about $28,370, and this one's got metallic paint, so I think it's an extra $500 or something like that. And then you go up to what's called the ZR Sporty model, which pretty much is a hamburger with the light. So,
Yep.
So yeah, you've got three models in the range there. But for $1,500, that's pretty good, isn't it? They all the hybrids come with CVT transmission as well. So that's what we're in today. Now mate, I've had a drive of it, you've had a drive.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, I'm going to start with the looks on the outside. We've covered it before, but I think this car, they've done a really, really good job, right? Because the market they have to go through with styling is a difficult one, right? Because you've got a young customer base, and then you've also got sort of quite an elderly people that still love their Corollas, have had many over the years and stuff. I think this has that universal appeal, right, to everyone. Everyone will be happy with it. So
it's a good looking car.
It is, absolutely. So I didn't want that to go amiss. I think that's an important point. Inside the car, this thing is just such a easy car to drive, right? Like just driving around the city, it's just got just enough power, as we covered. It's easy to park. It's, we've got a big screen here, so it's easy to do the reverse parking with the cameras and everything.
I found that the driving position, everything, it's really just a, what would you call a universal nice car sort of thing. Like, you feel comfortable driving one of those, don't you? So yeah.
Exactly. As we pass another one going the other way.
There you go.
And I talked to a few people at work this week and friends and stuff. Everyone seems to have had a Corolla, or it's one part of everyone's history, and no one has a bad word to say about the Corolla. It's all sort of been part of their history, and they've enjoyed them, and so it's one of those cars where it's just...
Is it like the loyal Labrador of cars or something like that?
Something like that, right? Like, there's a guy at work that's on like his third one, and he loves them, right? So I was like, okay, there are other cars out there, but no, he's going to keep on his Corollas. He loves them.
Well, there you go.
Yep. Other than that, downsides, from what we saw, the boot space is fairly limited.
Yeah, that to me is a big kind of negative because, I guess it depends on your family lifestyle, I suppose. If you need to carry a lot of gear, maybe this one might not be the best car.
So I'll give you the test. I had about 8 bags of groceries that I went and picked up.
Yep.
It fitted them in, but just. Right.
Okay.
And so that was a sort of fairly decent sized family shop.
Yep.
It does that. But if I was going away for a weekend and I want to put a suitcase or so in the back, it's pretty limited. I mean, we're talking about a smaller car, right? So that's part and parcel of a smaller car.
I think I know what you're going to lead on to. I filmed you getting into the back. Tell us your experience about that.
It's fairly tight. Yes.
Yeah. With your driving position, it was a bit.
Yeah, so there was really not enough leg room for me to even be comfortable short distance, and also the headroom hitting the side of my head as well. So I'm sure if I was going around corners, I would have been bashing that against the door, the top of the door area.
Right.
So for someone 6 foot-ish, it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, I guess it's the styling is really good, but it comes at a cost of packaging. But you know what? If you don't need, if it's like a family of 3 or something like that, and you don't need the boot space, really good car, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
Now, one big thing that I noticed about the recent run of Toyotas we've had is how much they're pushing safety now in these things. Now, like all models in the Corolla get adaptive cruise control, which is great. Lane departure warning with steering assist, so it pulls you back in a line if you drift over. And we've heard it go off a few times.
Absolutely, and it works quite well, right? Some of them are a bit over the top. This one's a good package.
Speed limit sign, so it actually tells you what speed limit you're in if it detects a sign, which is good.
Yep.
Auto high beam. They all come with reversing cameras, 7 airbags. Now the mid-range SX model and the ZR models get blind spot monitoring. And also I think the ZR model gets the head-up display and nicer dash screen there. Now, a couple of little omissions which I think could be a little bit better, and I think Toyota's addressing this too. Well, the first thing, front and rear parking sensors aren't standard on the car. Like you've got to go through the accessories and buy them as accessories now. Yeah, that to me is come on.
You like those? Yes.
Yep, I do. And I think too, no rear cross traffic alert. Now, I think Toyota's addressing this in the 2020, the model year 20 Corolla, which is coming out later in the year, and that'll have rear cross traffic alert too. Yep. So that's really
obviously it's something good to have, but I wouldn't be waiting just for that one feature, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that'll be good once they've got that included, because other manufacturers do. Yeah.
And I think we mentioned this in some other Toyotas we've been driving recently. There's no Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but I think we found out in the RAV4 they're going to bring that in. So I would imagine the rest of the range isn't too far behind.
Retrofit that later.
Yeah, which is good. Now, mate, X Factor. What do you think about this car? Is it something that as you're driving past, you're going to check out the reflection of the car and park it, look at it when you...
I think they've done a great job, as I said, about the styling. People will think it's a great car when they go and see it in the garage and stuff. I don't think I'm going to go to the car park at the shops and stuff and turn around and watch it. It didn't quite have that amount of X factor for me. Yeah.
We had a little difference of opinion, I suppose, in terms of the colour. Like you're not a huge fan of this particular colour.
No.
Okay,
I quite
but
it's subjective, right?
Yeah, it looks quite sort of upmarket to me. But
okay, yep, and it is a bit of a unique colour, right? I don't think I've seen it on any other brands. So that is good when manufacturers aren't just doing standard white and black cars, right? So
and grey.
All kudos to them for that. Yeah,
that's right. So, mate, now servicing. I think we harped on about this before too. Like Toyotas now will come with a 5-year unlimited K warranty, which is great.
Yes.
It's a good standard to have. These things here, cap price servicing as well. I think $175 to service one of these, which is really good.
Terrific.
Now, people often ask, like, you know, the battery in the car, like, you know, how reliable is a battery? Is it going to cost me a lot of money in the long run and everything? But I think Toyota, for the hybrid battery, 10-year warranty on it. But I think you just got to keep having it checked at the Toyota dealer, but they'll cover it for 10 years.
Yes,
So,
excellent. Yep.
You know, I mean, how long on average do people keep cars these days? Probably, 5 years, something like that. So,
But 10's pretty good. I think you should feel pretty comfortable with that sort of warranty. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess some of the positives about the car, in summary, we've got great fuel consumption, love the styling. I wouldn't call it sporty, but you know, it rides really well in this model because it's got the 16-inch wheels and things like that. Now, some of the negatives, we talked about the boot space, interior in the back. The other thing, I suppose, is that if you want rear vents in the back, you've got to go, I think, to the ZR model. Everything else doesn't have it, which is a bit of a shame. Again, beautiful dashboard. Bit hard on the plastics in the doors.
Yep.
So that's only. I mean, it's a little thing, but that's what I pick out. So.
Yep.
Anyway, just want to put out a big thank you to Toyota Australia for the loan of the Corolla Hybrid. If you're looking for a small car, great fuel economy, not fussed about you know, what you have to carry, good combination.
And spend the extra $1,500 and get the hybrid model. Yes. This technology really rocks.
Yeah, and it's going to save you money in the long run too, which is really good. All right, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.